Hi folks, how you doing? Well, I got another letter here from a viewer. He says, Dear Kel, I've been with my current girlfriend about 5 years. I really love her. We have great sex. She is wonderful in bed and she'll do anything that I want her to do, and fulfills my fantasy in my life in every way. But recently it's become very clear to me that she wants to get married. I don't know if I should or not. What do you think? Thank you. Well, to quote Chris Rock, the famous comedian, if you like blowjobs, marriage is not for you. If you like sex, marriage is not for you. If you want to get married to have kids, that might be a reason. Though these days no one cares if you're married or not. That used to be a good reason. In my day, when I got married the first time, the only time, that was one reason I got married, because we were thinking about having kids. There's more to it, but the point is that was the idea. But frankly, you have to understand, guys, that once you get married, everything changes. If you single guys out there who have not yet experienced this because you've not yet gotten married, I know a lot of you are saying, oh, Kel, you're full of crap. I've been with my girlfriend forever, and she loves sex, and we do all these wonderful, kinky, fun things. It's just great, and it's a playground. That won't change. She has been, whatever, she had been pretending all these years, certainly, Well, they're not pretending, but women certainly audition for marriage. And women certainly have that marriage goal in mind, most of them do. Not all, of course, but most of them do. They have that in mind at some point. They want to get married. They want to be in that, they want to lock you down. They want to be in a solid relationship. They want to have kids. So that's a goal. Marriage is very beneficial to women. But it offers almost no benefits for men. And the first benefit you lose is sex. I guarantee you, if you get married, on average, mind you, I'm speaking in generalities here, of course, but that's what we have to do in these kind of things. If you get married, I guarantee you, the sex will begin petering out, and especially after you have kids, it will pretty much go away. So the woman you love so much, love having sex with, will not want to have sex with you anymore, especially after children. So I'm just telling you, if it's important to you, don't get married. I can't support it. I had people tell me that about in the past about my former girlfriend, former wife, ex-wife. A friend of mine told me that if it's all going to change, and I just stomped my little foot and said, you're full of crap, and guess what? It all did change. So I can't support it. Sex is very, very, very important to men. And unfortunately, there's even a chemical that releases in a woman's brain. Once she has children, there's even a little chemical that gets released, I guess, that makes them not want to have sex with their husbands. And evolution has designed it that way so they can pay more attention to their children. Just as there's a chemical released in the man's brain that makes him want to be very protective of his family. Same thing. I'm just saying, if you've ever talked to many married men, you'll find this out. I would just recommend no. If that's important to you, if that's what you want, if you don't want things to change, then do not get married. And it sounds cruel, and I don't mean to be cruel here, but if the woman who you're with has that goal of marriage in mind, it is a goal, by the way, it is an ambition. It's not just because they love you, it's an ambition in their mind, much like getting a sports car or something. If they refuse to, if they want to leave you because you don't want to get married to them, then they don't really love you that much anyway, or enough. So I say no. I just tell you, I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you that's what's going to happen. You're going to get married, things are going to change. Marriage is basically a business relationship. That's what it is. It's a contract between you and her and the government, where the government decides how you can get out of that contract and how things are divided afterwards. We'll talk more about that later on. So boys, I'm telling you. And for the women, I'd say the same thing, by the way. Betty White once said, I think it was Betty White, or some other famous comedian said that the best way to be married is to live in separate houses. Anyway, that's my answer to that question. Things will change. Sex will go away eventually, especially once you have kids. If that's okay with you and you want to have kids so badly that it doesn't matter to you or whatever, that's fine. My guess is most of it's not going to be fine. And I guess most of you are going to be very shocked when you do get married and that happens. And there's a downside too. Of course, eventually the marriage will probably end. Statistically, it's going to end. And then you're going to be in line for a lot of money, lose half your stuff, alimony, child support, spousal support, which can be any amount of money, evidently, because there's rich people paying, $25,000 a month in child support. How much food does a child eat, for Christ's sake? It's really just ex-wife support is all it really is. It's another form of alimony. So guys, Just understand that if you get married, it's all going to change, and it's not going to be the same relationship. That lovely, sweet woman you met that blows you in the car on the way home from dinner ain't going to be there anymore. She just isn't going to be. Women subconsciously audition for marriage, and they're very giving and nice, and they laugh at your jokes and all those things when they want that out of you because they're auditioning, just like people do for a job. But once they get that, you're going to find who the real person is. Guys, you who are married, okay, and experienced. Now, if you just married, I don't want your opinions. Sorry, but I don't, because you don't know what I'm talking about. If you're married for 5 or 10 years, you're married and have had kids, guys, in the comments, tell the other guys here what really goes on. Tell them if I'm right or not. Tell them what you've experienced. Share with these young men. Let them know what's going on. Until the marriage laws in this country change, where you don't get ripped off to the nth degree by your ex-wife, boycott marriage. And completely boycott it so much until women run to the courts and say, change this, it's not working for us. Well, that's it. That's all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed that little video. Some of you ladies may not, but even for the ladies, it's not good. The ladies end up being unhappy too in these marriages. They do. Mostly. I mean, there are a few happy marriages around, but I've rarely met someone who's happy. They're just going along. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hope you enjoyed Sex with Kel today. Please come back again for more Sex with Kel. And if you have any questions about love or relationships, please feel free to ask me. I will try to answer the question, and I probably will be able to. At the very least, I'll make fun of you and relationships anyway. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll talk at you later. I think my cigar's going out.